Hi there, this is the tutorial video for the Fast Finance Personal Accounts Spreadsheet. This template makes it really easy for you to start keeping track of your finances by logging some very basic information. You can buy the template from our eBay store by following the link in the description below, and at the end of the video I'll be telling you how you could get a massive 50% discount. If you haven't already, I strongly recommend you check out part 1 and part 2 of the Basic Finance Guide, as the ideas and methods all complement each other. Again, you can find these links in the description. Right, the first thing to check out is the Settings tab. These settings are optional but recommended. At the top you can set your starting balance. Assuming your bank balance isn't exactly zero when you start using the spreadsheet, this means your balance is always going to show, and means you can track it on a daily basis, which we'll come to later. You can also enter a savings target, which we'll explain a bit later, and finally you can choose which currency you prefer: sterling, dollars, euros or rupees. If your currency is missing, please let us know in the comments and we'll try to get it added. Okay, the next screen is by far the most important, as this is where you're going to be doing all your work. To keep things simple, you only need 4 pieces of information per transaction: date, description, amount and category. Description is optional, but recommended as it helps you quickly identify what a line is when you're looking at it later. It's important that you ensure every transaction is logged, but they don't have to be in order. As you type in the first blank row, the table automatically expands to accommodate your new transactions. Make sure you don't leave any blank rows or this won't work. Choose a category from the list using the handy drop-down box, or just type it in. We'll discuss the categories a little bit more at the end of the video. You can also paste data in, so you could download a statement from your online bank and paste it right in, giving you a full year of data to analyse. The only thing you have to do is fill in the categories. I've entered some dummy data here so you can see how the rest of the spreadsheet works. As soon as you start entering the transactions, all the magic starts filling in the reports. Firstly, we'll look at the monthly summary. Here you can see a breakdown by each category for the last complete month, an average month using the last 12 months of data, and the current incomplete month. This shows you where you might be overspending, especially once you've built up enough data. The pie charts at the bottom give you a visual breakdown of your income and expenditure, which can be useful to emphasise just how much you are spending on those luxuries. Over on the right hand side, the key information from the table is emphasised, so you don't have to go hunting for the figures that you need. Everything's colour coded, so black is good and red is bad. Further down, you can see what proportion of your income comes from passive sources. An important long-term wealth goal is to build passive income, which is covered in other videos. You can also see the proportion of your expenditure that goes on luxuries, the biggest stealer of your wealth. At the bottom, you have the savings target you entered in the settings page, and a calculation for how many years it will take to reach that target. This is calculated using the average amount you have allocated to savings through the Transactions tab, as well as any average excess cash flow. We are using a 3% interest rate, mainly because the current interest rates are so low, and it's quite hard to find a good savings account these days. Okay, so the next page shows us the outlook across 12 months, and again, everything is populated automatically. Zooming out to look at a year is handy to identify long-term trends. You'll also notice the monthly balance reported here. Ensure the starting balance in the settings screen is correct for this to work. At the bottom is a handy graph to help you visualize income, expenditure and balance. It's pretty obvious, but the further the green line is above the yellow line, the more money you'll have to save and invest. Averages and the annual total are given at the top, and the key information is again highlighted on the right. The 12-month balance history is a visual representation of your balance for every day of the last year. Most probably this will look like a waveform with a spike on payday and then a gradual drop for the rest of each month. If you can emulate the graph shown here, then you are definitely on the right path to financial well-being. Next we come to the budget. This is an optional tool for assessing your outgoings per month. Use this to set the target spend levels in each category, as well as income. Having this control makes it much more likely you will stick to your budget and stop there being too much month at the end of the money. Crucially, luxuries is the final category, as this is the least important. Try to be strict here, and once you've set a realistic budget, make sure you stick to it each month. You'll be surprised how quickly it can make a difference. Also, do make sure that the cash flow in your budget column is positive and not negative, otherwise you might run into trouble. We've included a handy help tab with a guide to each page in case you get stuck. And finally, there is a tab describing the categories. They have been carefully designed to ensure you are describing your transactions in a useful way. I recommend you watch the basic guide, which explains these concepts further. Right, that's it for the tutorial. If you haven't bought the spreadsheet yet, here's how you can get a massive 50% off the price as a reward for watching our videos. There's a special voucher code that will give you this discount through the checkout. Check out the description below for more details. And please like, share and subscribe this video.